Good morning, children. Today we are going to do the chapter The Heart of a Tree from our E.L.R book, chapter 9. Okay. Now, trees are very important in our life. You all know that. Okay. But before explaining you all the chapter, I shall tell you all about the writer of the poem, that is Henry Cuyler Bunner. Okay. Just see here. The writer of the poem is Henry Cuyler Bunner. Now see here, Henry Cuyler Bunner was born in the year 1855. He was an American poet, a short story writer, and also a novelist. Some of his very popular poems are The Way to Arcady and Rowan. Bunner was popular as a short story writer as well. Some of his very well-known short story collections are Short Sixes and Made in France. Now this is all what we come to know about the writer. Now about the poem. Now remember, children, during our school days also, we used to have sessions when you all used to carry small plants in pots and come to school and keep it there, and every one of us would see who has brought these plants with your name written on it. Isn't it so? Do you remember those days? Yes. So what do we understand by that? That trees are very important in our life. Okay? Now see here about the poem. The poem talks about caring for trees. It's not only we should reap a tree, we should also take care of the tree just like our brothers and sisters. And the environment in turn. When we look after a tree, we look after the environment in return. How is that so? The sky-high tree acts as a flag in the breeze. When you reap a tree, when it grows very big, when it grows high, it's not only you who's looking at the tree. Many people living all around, they see the tree from far away and they are getting the oxygen which the tree gives out. Okay. So it's not only you who is getting benefited by the tree. Your total neighborhood, your total world is getting benefited by every single tree which you rip in your environment. Okay. They provide shade and cause rain. They are a forest's heritage. When it belongs to a forest, it's the heritage of the forest. It gives many things. It's a home to the birds. Okay. It's a home to the flowers, the fruits, the seeds, everything. And will provide joy to the future generation. Yes. So the next generation, your brothers and sisters who are coming up, they will enjoy a very healthy life due to every single tree which you rip around you. Planting a tree not only helps the neighborhood, but also the entire nation. How is it so? Because you do not know the oxygen level gets improved due to every single tree which you reap. Now that oxygen is not, is not confined within the area which you live. It gets away throughout the whole world. So this is how you are helping the world. Okay, reaping a tree helps the total world. It is a seed to a nation's growth. How is it a seed to the nation's growth? Our nation will grow up, our nation will remain healthy only if we reap a tree. We will reap a tree, we will leave it aside, and the seed of that tree will give birth to new trees. Okay, that's how it is the seed of a nation's growth. Now let me come up to the poem. Just see here. What does he plant who plants a tree? He plants a friend of sun and the sky. He plants a friend for the sun. Why? Because when the sun is very strong up above, the tree gives shade to the people down there. And it's a friend to the sky. Why? Because it helps the sky to usher down in rainfall. He plants the flag of breezes free. The breeze, when it is flowing, it can flow very freely due to the trees which are there. Okay? The shaft of beauty towering high. It's a beauty to the nation. It's a beauty to the surrounding. Okay? Towering high. The only thing which towers very high and gives beauty to the world is the tree. He plants a home to heavens and eye. So he is planting a home. Home where? Home near the heaven. For whom? For the birds, the animals to live in it. Okay. For song and mother. Croon of bird. So for the song which the bird lets us listen. Okay, we can listen to the birds singing due to the trees present in our environment. And the mother bird also sits in the tree and looks after her small birds. Okay, it builds a nest in the tree and gives its eggs, and the small birds they develop in the nest, and the mother bird she takes care of all her babies in the nest in the tree. In hushed and happy twilight heard the treble of heaven's harmony. In hushed and happy means very happy. Both hushed and happy, both the words they tell us about happy moments. Okay. So the in hushed and happy twilight heard. Twilight means when the sun is about to set, but it is not night. At that moment we call it the twilight. So the in hushed and happy twilight heard. Why is hushed and happy twilight? Why is the twilight hushed and happy? Because it is during that time that the animals, the birds and all they return back home. They return back to the nest. That is why during the twilight the tree with all its creatures are very happy during the twilight. The treble of heaven's harmony. Heaven's harmony. What is the harmony of heaven? Harmony means happiness. What is the happiness of heaven? How does heaven give us happiness? How is it heavenly for us, the world? Because we have got all these things in our environment. Flowers, fruits, animals, birds, butterflies, everything they give us, they bring harmony to the world. These things he plants. Who plants a tree? So when you plant a tree, you plant all these harmonious creatures in the world. Okay. What does he plant? Who plants a tree? He plants cool shade and tender rain. So when you are planting a tree, you are also planting cool shade and also planting tender rain for us. Okay. With the help of the rain, the next year's crops and all the vegetables, the fruits, everything comes up. And seed and bud of days to be. Yes, the coming days, the seeds, the buds of the flowers, who gives us the tender rain and the smaller trees which grow down. And years that fade and flush again, the years that have faded away, and the memories are flushing back to us and telling us that it is due to this tree, it holds the earth down to it, and down the small plants are growing where we get crops, where we get flowers and all. Okay. He plants the glory of the plain. So, the glory of the plain land is the tree. Glory means happiness. So, the plain lands or the hilly areas, everywhere, happiness is there due to the tree. He plants the forest's heritage. The tree is the heritage of the forest. Why? because there are many things which grow with all these trees around, the flowers, the fruits, then the birds, and then the animals. It's a heritage. Why? Because there are many people who carry on their occupations depending on the forest. The honeybees, they give honey. People are collecting those, and they get, and the economy of our world gets stable. There are birds, people go for photography, people go for nature photography, and many people are there who get their income from there. So it's a heritage for us. Okay, the harvest of a coming age. The tree is the harvest of the coming age. Why? Because it gives us the fruits, the buds, and all. The joy that unborn eyes shall see. The joy, the enjoyment that an unborn baby's eye, a baby who is not even born just now, just after he is born, he will see the enjoyment which people are getting from the tree. These things he plants. Who plants a tree? So one who plants a tree plants all these. What does he plant? Who plants a tree? He plants in sap and leaf and wood. So what is he planting? Who is planting a tree? He's planting in the sap. Sap means what? The juice of the plant. We get many things from there. Rubber. That is a very good example of the sap. Okay. Then many other things. The what to say? Any rubbery item such as gum and all. Everything we get from the sap of a tree. And then the leaf and the wood. Leaves are also very useful for us. Many leaves are very economically important. Okay, and the wood. Wood is also very important for us, for burning, for furnitures, everywhere. In love of home and loyalty and far cast thought of civic good. So, somebody who has got a very far away thought of goodness of the nature, civic good means goodness of the nature, he will plant a tree. His blessings on the neighborhood, who in the hollow of his hand holds all the growth of all our land. So, his blessings on the neighborhood. Whose blessings are those? The blessings of the tree. What is he doing? Who in the hollow of his hand, the hollow of his roots, the roots are the hands of the tree, where he holds all the soil. Who in the hollow of his hand holds all the growth of all our land. He is holding the growth of the total land. Why? Because if big trees are not there, the soil will not remain stable in our land. A nation's growth from sea to sea steers in his heart who plants a tree. So, a nation's growth, the growth of a nation, comes up due to the reaping of a tree. From sea to sea, that means from far away lands, everywhere people get benefited by every single tree which we reap. Steers in his heart. So, this enjoyment steers in the heart of the person, one who plants a tree. This is what is the poem. Okay, children. So, it's a wonderful poem. Listen to it many times and read it so that you feel the importance of planting a tree. Thank you.